Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Talk About It. My name is Anvil Wiskus. I'll be your host today, and I am so grateful that you are here and you are joining me. If you are brand new to Talk About It, welcome. It is a post-grad center podcast that posts every single Wednesday, and I am so grateful that you are here and you are joining me. Hello, you guys. Welcome. I am so excited for you to be here with this episode. I have a really fun topic for us today. But first, I don't know if you can tell, I think I'm catching the virus, the plague, if you will, that's going around right now. I have a flight in a couple days on a trip that I'm really excited to go on, and I'm really hoping that I can kick this bug to the curb. I know a bunch of people that are also feeling this way, and I'm praying that my sleep, that my rest, and that my hydration just helps me kick this thing out of my system. So, we are going to have a very calm episode today, but with a very packed topic. I have a topic that is one of my favorite things to discuss. I have talked about it vaguely on this podcast, mainly as just a reason for why I act on certain things, I do certain things, something to kind of back me up. And so I wanted to take the time to actually talk about this topic because as we are officially 1 week into 2026, I can't even believe I'm saying that. This topic is something that I know a lot of people are going to be really implementing into their lives. And this is a way that I really took everything I wanted in my life and made it happen. So, with that introduction, as you will, with that preface of how I'm feeling with this episode, let us dive into our topic. You guys, I'm drinking water today. My water matches my fleece, my Dairy Boy fleece. I need to hydrate. So, cheers. Cheers to us, you guys. Hydrate. And also, just as a formality, if you are also fighting a plague, if you are feeling run down, if you feel like you need to listen to your body, take this as a reminder to do that, to listen to your body, to make sure that you're eating right, to make sure that you're hydrating, that you're fueling yourself the way that you need to fuel yourself, and that you're getting proper rest. A lot of times around the holidays, around stressful times and seasons in our life, it's really easy for us to not take care of ourselves. So, I want this to be a nice reminder to you guys that this is also the season of sickness. And so, as I am one of those people fighting the sickness, take this as a reminder to take care of yourself, to fuel yourself right, to take time to rest and to hydrate, to do all the things to make sure that you kick these viruses to the curb in the beginning. So, cheers, cheers to health, and cheers to a fantastic episode. Last week, you guys, I talked about a topic that was probably my most favorite topic, my most favorite episode, mainly because of how it resonated with me. I edited it in one day. It just packed a punch with me, and it's just such a powerful topic as we are going into the new year. If you haven't listened to it yet, I urge you after this episode or whenever you find time, listen to it. It's bottom line about how to find an I don't care mentality. And as I was really brainstorming what I wanted for this episode, I really just wanted to talk about another thing that I felt super passionate about, and that is sort of a life motto for me. And in one way or another, as we are in the season of listening to ourselves and in the season of planning things for ourselves, there is such a power, there is such an importance in taking yourself seriously and listening to what you're telling yourself to do. And I think that a lot of the times, this is something that is really hard for us to act on. It's something that's really hard for us to take seriously. When we tell ourselves to do things, a lot of the times we just say it and then we let things sweep under the rug. If we tell our friends, oh, this is something that I want to do, this is a job that I want to get, I want to move to this place, I want to do this with my life, I want to take this class, I want to try this new thing out. A lot of the times we let it just be a conversation and our actions never really truly fulfill what we want them to fulfill. We never truly progress forward with action. We just allow it to be words. that disappear. And one thing that I have talked about very openly on this podcast is how my actions and taking my thoughts and putting them into actions allowed me to actually start this podcast. That was the reason to why I actually came through with something that I really wanted for myself for a really long time. And so, as you are listening to this, I urge you to take yourself seriously. The time is now. My question that often follows when we talk about this topic is, why don't we take ourselves more seriously? If you're listening to this, you might be like, I take myself seriously. I do what I want to do. And I don't know who you're talking to, Annabelle, but I take myself very seriously. I don't know you personally, but I know myself. And there's a lot of things that I have said that I want to do or that I aspire to do or something that would be really cool to do. And I speak it, but I never act on it. There is at least one thing within this week that I've said that I wanted to do that I haven't done. I don't know if that's just due to change in motivation. I don't know if that's just change in life and change in plans, but a lot of the times that tends to happen. We say and we speak about all these things that we want to happen for ourselves, but we never truly act on it. One thing that could be relatable is getting a new job, applying to a new place, moving to a new state, changing your major, getting out of a relationship, reaching out to someone to spark a new relationship or a new friendship, to save money a certain way, to budget, okay? To even do the smallest things, even if it's in a day's to-do list of go to the grocery store, of put my screen time down. There are so many little things that we will tell ourselves to do, even if it's just in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. And a lot of the times we'll tell ourselves that we want to do something, but we'll stop ourselves from actually doing it because all these things come in the way and stop us. And I understand how a lot of things change. So if you don't get to your grocery run or your Target run, or you don't get to reading your 10 pages in a day, or whatever you have for your day or your week, that's okay because life happens. But what I want to talk about today are those bigger things that we really want for ourselves, such as those new jobs. If you're unhappy with something in your life, if you want something to change for yourself, the only way that you're going to achieve that is if you do it and you listen to yourself and you respect yourself enough to do it. But before we get into the whole shebang of it, why do we not take ourselves seriously? I think one of the biggest reasons to why we don't is because we are afraid of failing. And I speak on that because that is personal as well. As I was trying to start my podcast, I was really afraid of doing all the work and not reaping any reward. And even though majority of this for me is not for money, it's not for reward. I do it because this is an outlet for me and this is a creative pursuit for me, something I can do for myself. There is still a fear of doing something and people not liking it, not getting the feedback that you want from it. That's always a fear, regardless of how little it is, whether that's trying out for a team or applying to a school and not getting into a school. A lot of the times we'll do things and we'll always have the fear of rejection. We'll always have the fear of failing, of not reaching what you want to reach the way you want to reach it and the timing you want to reach it too. Fear of failure is the first thing that my mind goes to on why we don't take ourselves seriously, on a lot of times to why we'll laugh something off or we'll end up talking about it seriously for a week and then we'll talk ourselves out of it for a month and never actually truly act on it. Which, if you ask me, is honestly a really sad way to live life when you allow yourself to talk yourself out of certain things. I think another reason is because at the end of the day, we feel like our dreams over time, if they take a long time to acquire, can feel unreachable. And it'll put us into a road of feeling like it's never truly going to happen for us and it's never going to be the way that we want it to be because it takes so much time to get there. Things don't occur and provide and build overnight. And I think that over a certain amount of time, it becomes really hard for us to continue believe that something can happen when more time is passing than change. When we have to work at something, we're going to have to work at it. And I think that's something that a lot of us have lost is that when you put your mind to something, you also have to follow it with action, with discipline, and with hard work. If you want to make a team, I see this as a coach, but if you want to make a team, or if you want to make it to state, or if you want to win a game, it's going to take hard work. You're not just going to be handed that role. You're not just going to be handed that award. You're not just going to be handed that opportunity if you don't put in the work that's needed to get there. And the truth is there's always going to be people around you putting in that work. And on the outside, it might look like it's super easy to achieve that work. If you see another team winning, if you see people getting promotions, or if you see other people reaching the lives that you want to reach, you might look from a distance and be like, oh, I can so do that. But the reason most of the time that they're achieving certain things is because behind the scenes, they are putting in the work to achieve it. We don't take ourselves seriously sometimes because if we don't start to see results from the work that we're putting in, we don't feel like we're succeeding. We don't feel like it's coming to life or that we're getting any closer to where we want to be. But little do we forget that the effort comes from the consistency. The reward comes when you earn that consistency, not when you just win, not when you just get handed on a plate what you want for your life, because it's never truly going to be like that, but when your work finally starts to pay off. And that's hard too, because a lot of times you never know how long you're going to have to work hard. It could be weeks, it could be months, it could be years. It could be a really long time before you actually reap the benefits of the work that you're putting in. But that's up to you and how big your goal is, how big your dream is, and where you're starting. The only person standing in your way of what you want is yourself. You are the only person stopping yourself from reaching the life that you want. It's your perspective. It's your perseverance. It's your persistence that's standing in the way from you and where you want to be, who you want to be, from taking yourself seriously. This is still a truth that I am trying to focus on for myself. It's still something I'm trying to practice in different ways in my life, decisions that I'm trying to make for myself. Because Lord knows that there's always going to be new things, new opportunities, new experiences for me. And all of those will lead down a certain path. And it's really hard to take myself seriously enough to act in the ways that I want to act and to pursue things in the way that I want to pursue things, because it can be intimidating and I can be uncertain and I can be confused and I can be scared. But one thing that I need to also remind myself is that I can't fear commitment to something. I need to chase it. Commitment, whether that's to a new opportunity, to the uncertainty, to figuring it out, to trying something new, to being scared and learning and growing uncomfortably. I need to chase that. I can't live in a bubble my whole life and expect myself to reach the potential that I know I can reach. You can't fear commitment, whether that's to a new city, a new job, a new relationship, a new opportunity, a new experience. If you want to grow, you have to chase it. You have to want to chase it. You have to want to learn from it and experience it and get out of that dang comfort zone. Because when you tell yourself you want something, This is my life motto. You have to respect yourself enough to do it. I've spoken on this statement many, many, many times in my podcast and other podcasts, everywhere I go, to many different people. But truthfully, this is my life motto. I feel like it was my 2025 motto, and I'm bringing it into 2026. And it is the one thing that resonates with me the absolute most right now. And it is to respect yourself enough to do what you tell yourself to do. Why is it that when other people tell you to do something, you do it? Whether that's your boss, whether that's your parents, whether that's a boyfriend, whether that's a friend, whether that's a teacher, you do it because you respect them to do it and do it well. You do it well. But when there's things that you tell yourself to do, oftentimes you won't do it or you won't do it well. You'll half do it. You'll just slightly skim the surface of finishing it. But sometimes when it comes to things that we tell ourselves to do, we won't commit to it the same way we will if someone else tells us to do it. And that's where my main question lies. Are you going to respect yourself enough to do something because you tell yourself to do it? Are you only going to do something because someone else tells you? It's my life motto, man. I truly feel like this is something that changed my whole perspective on my life. And I do think that it's a cliche, but it's a choice. It truly is a choice. You can either allow yourself to not take yourself seriously and let time pass, let things happen, fall short, not reach your full potential, not succeed in the way you want to succeed, not even find out if there's a possibility to succeed, especially outside of your comfort zone, outside of something that you're used to. You can choose to not do any of that. But personally, and the way that I want to live my life is I want to know and I want to experience and I want to grow. And the only way that I can do that is if I take myself seriously enough to do it. And when I tell myself, I'm going to move there, I'm going to get this kind of job, I'm going to win this kind of award, I'm going to commit to doing this podcast, this episode, this platform, then I'm going to do it. I'm not going to half do it and fall short, even though I'm human and some days we don't exceed what we think we can exceed. But whatever I do, whatever I put out, I want it to be the best that I can do. I want to commit to doing it. Because I'm going to take myself seriously because the time is now. It doesn't just have to be about risks in life either. This revolves around everything. It revolves around making a decision. It revolves around trying something new. Maybe that's a skill. Maybe that's a hobby. Trusting someone, taking that step forward, maybe in a possible relationship. It's taking yourself seriously and what you want for your life, where you want to be headed in your life, because the time is now. You will never know unless you take that time to do it now. It's never too late, and it's never too early. I think this is going to be a super important reminder as we are going into 2026 and as we are experiencing trying new things and putting ourselves out there and telling ourselves we want to do things. If you are in a mentality right now where you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit to this, don't beat yourself up when things change, life gets in the way, and the commitment isn't the same as the way you thought it was going to be. But if you are listening to this and there's something that you want for yourself this year or you want to start for years to come, take yourself seriously enough to do it. Do it within this year. You've got time, my friend. You have so much time to do it. In future, you will thank you for committing to it. Don't fear commitment. Chase it. I was really inspired by this topic because as I was thinking about things that inspired me and lifestyles that I picked up and added to my life within this year. This was the biggest one because it brought me this community. And I know I say it a lot, but this is one of my favorite things to do. It's so fun, you guys. It's so fun to have an outlet to connect with people everywhere, to know that I'm not alone, and to make you guys feel like you're not alone. And if I didn't have this mentality, if I didn't take myself seriously and just do it now and commit to it every week because I want to commit to it and I'm chasing the commitment, then I wouldn't have grown and learned and seen and heard so much from you guys. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity for you guys to even just click on one of my episodes. That is so cool to think of. I'm honestly taken back a lot of the times of how much people relate to me because I feel like even though these topics are relatable in terms of the life and what everyone's going through right now, it's hard to put faces to usernames and faces to numbers. But every single time you guys reach out to me, it makes my day. Every single time I get a DM, I get a comment, I get a message, I get a like, I get a repost, I get a share. It is the most exhilarating feeling. I can't even explain it. And so this is also a thank you. A thank you to you guys for listening. A thank you to you guys for relating and to sharing and to liking and subscribing and rating and everything under the sun because I'm very appreciative of it and I don't take any of it for granted. And I've said it before, but this is only the beginning. I hope that you liked this episode. I hope that it was just the thing to keep you motivated for the year, especially as we're a week in and we're experiencing the things that we're telling ourselves to do and we're starting to get frustrated and life gets in the way and things are harder to commit to. But I want this to be a reminder to you to take it seriously. If it's what you want for yourself, now's the time to do it. I love you guys so, so, so very much. If you did like this episode, please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, share, rate this podcast, all the things. Send me a message, send me a text, anything under the sun. I love you guys so, 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 so very much. And I will talk to you so very soon.